What if your business was never meant to be a hustle? What if it was a homeland, a place for your spirit where it can return, a place where your lineage can grow, a place where your descendants could inherit? What if entrepreneurship wasn't about chasing trends, but about reclaiming sovereignty? In this episode of the Generational Rhodium, we're exploring sacred business as identity, legacy, and liberation. Great awakening, magnificent people. I am Jazmian D. Thank you so much for joining the Generational Rhodium. It is the media and healing component of HWPLP. HWPLP stands for Health, Wealth, Prosperity, Love, Peace. We are a movement-driven investment firm dedicated to building generational wealth through healing, collective economics, real estate, and venture capital. Please take a moment to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and join our mailing list at our website at hwplp.com. And there you can also learn more about the movement. This episode aligns to our newsletter entitled Building Tables, Not Asking for Seats. Now let's get into this magnificence. Most people don't build businesses. They build approval systems. They wait for validation. They wait for acceptance and permission. This is a permission culture. And research from Harvard in 2021 found that entrepreneurs who depend on outside approval experience higher burnout and lower creativity. And then also Stanford did a study where they identified stress. And in this stress study of 2020, it showed that approval-seeking entrepreneurs take few risks and earn less long-term revenue. Why, you ask? Because permission culture is a psychological inheritance from a system that punished us for building our own. From slavery, from colonial rules, and from Jim Crow. Historically, permission was survival. Permission was safety. But today, permission is in a cage. Peace. And sacred business is key. A homeland is not a metaphor. A homeland is a foundation. It is safety. It is identity. It is community. It is a continuum. It is self-determination. Let me break this down. Homeland is equal to safety. It is a sacred business that protects you spiritually, emotionally, and legally. This is why we build inside a PMA. PMA is a private member association. It is a private, sovereign, member-governed system structure that operates outside of the public jurisdiction and inside of private authority. And this is why we build inside an SEB, which is a spiritual economic body. It is a private trust that holds your mission, your assets, your communities, your agreements, everything that outlines your business structure, and in turn, your legacy. Now, when you use a PMA and an SEB, you create a spiritual armor of your business. It is your homeland, where you have your own rules, your own culture, your own protection, and it cannot be penetrated by external jurisdictions. Next, you have homeland, which is equal to identity, where your business is not a brand, but it is your lineage in motion, your gifts, your wisdom, your healing, your ancestry. All of these are woven into a structure that reflects who you are and not who the market expects you to be. Number 3, homeland as continuity. Homeland that outlives you. Homeland that creates legacy. It doesn't chase trends. It is rooted. It is stable. It's expansive. It grows like land. It preserves like culture. It evolves like lineage. This is the opposite of a hustle culture. This is legacy in architecture. Number 4, Homeland self-determination. No gatekeepers, no permission needed, no assimilation required. You determine the rules. You determine the access. You determine the direction. Your business becomes a sovereign territory, not a plead for acceptance. This is why a PMA and a SEB matter. Because sacred businesses must be protected. A PMA shields your operation. A SEB preserves your mission. Both guard your sovereignty. Both ensure your work cannot be diluted by these corporations, our external controls. A PMA gives you freedom, and SEB gives you legacy. Together, they give you homeland, a sacred business. It is not built for the marketplace. It is built for the next generation. It is a territory. It is inheritance. It is sovereignty returning home. Let me share a story. In the early 1900s, there was a woman named Amara. She was a healer, a midwife, a keeper of herbal traditions. She lived in the rural South during a time when Black healing was criminalized and controlled. But she created her own system. She built a sanctuary on her own land. She taught medicine, she protected mothers, she delivered babies, she passed down wisdom. No license, no permission, no approval from the state. Her authority came from spirit. Her protection came from community, and her knowledge came from ancestry. Amara's sanctuary was a PMA before PMA existed. It was a homeland, a safe space, a sovereign economy, and her students continued the work. Her community thrived, her impact cultivated her. And you are Amara. But you have more tools, more protection, more reach, more technology. What she built in one village, you can build across nations. Let's take a moment to breathe. We're going to do a brief 6-box. In this brief 6-box, inhale 6, hold 6, exhale 6, hold 6. I'm going to say some affirmations. We'll do it 3 times. Let's get into it. Close your eyes, soften your gaze. Inhale. I return to myself. Hold. I release permission culture. Exhale. I build what I am. Hold. I am. Inhale. I return to myself. Hold. I reclaim what is mine. Exhale. I release permission culture. Hold. I am. Last time. Inhale. I return to myself. Hold. I reclaim what is mine. Exhale. I release permission culture. Hold. I am. Now keep your eyes closed and see your business as a land. Beneath your feet, you see the walls you built, the doors you control, the roof you designed. Walk through the rooms, see the value, see the wall. What's on the walls? Feel your ancestors moving through your business. They whisper, build what we could not, protect what they tried to take. This is your homeland. Thank you. At HWPLP, we do not build hustles. We build homelands. Here's how we do it. First, we have a mission first organization. Money second. Your work is an assignment. It's not a trend. Living in your true divine. Doing your purpose, your life work. 2, a PMA and SEB protection, where your business has sovereignty and your business has governance and your business has private law. Look up the laws. See what the highest level of law is. You'll see spiritual law there. Which one are you operating in? We have to ascend. 3, healing at the center. Should be at the center of all things you do. Every venture must uplift, restore, realign the community. No exceptions. 4, legacy architecture. Your buildings must be teachable, transferable, scalable. Build that will outlive you. Futuristic. Don't just think of now. It can go so much further. We're not creating businesses. We're creating sovereign ecosystems. This is sacred enterprise. Now let me give you some tools. The first tool I'll give you is a sovereign vision map. This is when you'll define your purpose, define the kind of people you see yourself with, define your inheritance, your protection, how it will be structured. Take a moment to do those things. And then put it into action. The most important step. 2, ancestral business test. Ask yourself, what would my ancestors be honored with? And would my descendants be empowered here? And feel your answer. Embody it. And put it into action. Number 3, your PMA readiness checklist. Do you have your mission? Is it clear? Is it clear? Your member structure, your private governance, your healing center, or whatever aspect of community investment that you have, and your legacy continuity. Are all those structured? Structure them. Create them. Embody them. 4, sacred boundaries blueprint. Decide what your business will never do and will never exploit, never assimilate, never surrender their sovereignty, never chase trends, never seek permission. Decide those without boundaries because you can't be moved. When you are in divine alignment with your true self and source, no power supersedes that. Stand in it. You are the power. No boundaries without growth. Those boundaries you create, generations that you can't even fathom will still embody. You're creating the foundation, the framework. How do you stand in your integrity? Your business is a homeland, a sacred place, a sovereign territory. It's not a hustle. It's not a trend. It's not a plead for validation. You're the architect. You're the protector, the inheritor. You're all. How do you stand up in that? Let's close with the HWPLP affirmation. Heal your mind, body, and soul. Build the wealth that is your birthright. Live in full prosperity, love unconditionally, and live in a state of peace. And so it is, and so I am, and so it be. I want to thank you so much for joining me for this Generational Rhodium. I am Jazmian D with HWPLP. And until I see you next time, peace, love, and light. Thank you.